Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, this is something that most of you hopefully have already done. If you have not done so already, then I suggest you highly do so. There's multiple reasons for doing so. And what are we talking about? Well, it's one of the events that is part of the Struggler's Path and part of the tasks, and it is also part of our current event center as well in the taskbar. And that is Fractured Plane. Fractured Plane. This one has a couple of pluses and minuses to the whole situation, so let's go ahead and go over that now. But yeah, first and foremost, let's go ahead and show you what it is. It is for those that don't know, it is the event where you enter into it, and we are Barbarian this turn around for Fractured Plane. Yes, you cannot play as your main class, but you will play. We all currently are going to play as a Barbarian during this run. Now, there is a standard version and there is a hell version, of which you have to complete multiple things for the event tab center here for the Matriarch's Retribution. Now, under the tasks, as you can see here for Fractured Plane, I completed all of them because I had to do a lot of runs, and I'll explain why next. Okay, but here is the list of everything that you need to do to claim your event center points, and you do want to do this as many of these as possible. The one that you might want to skip on is the defeat 200 elite monsters within the Fractured Plane, because that's kind of RNG based. I had to do more runs that I would have cared to, and I'll explain why right now. You start out with the standard version, which is 9 levels, and then once you complete this, you unlock the hell version of 12 levels. Now, this one can be a little rough because the way they spawn in, they kind of spawn in in waves in each room, and that makes it kind of messy at times, especially on a Barbarian, and especially considering the fact that you cannot heal through usual potions. You have to basically look for any kind of gear drops along the way that will give you either a heal after defeating enemies, or the whirlwind skill that gave where you can absorb life from using the whirlwind skill. Those are the two biggest suggestions I can make as far as going for barbarian essences while you're in there, and the magic affixes to look out for. Those are highly suggested. Anything that's going to give you life back, you definitely want, especially as Barbarian. There's also one essence, I forget what it is called, but there is one essence as a Barbarian in there that will drain your life, and I highly suggest do not pick that one, or else you are going to have a bad time. If we were able to use potions while we were inside Fractured Plane, then that wouldn't be, that would be a different story altogether. But we're not, so I would highly suggest staying away from that one at all costs, unless you have the magic affixes stacked to where you are getting life back upon enemy defeat. Defeating mobs. Now, it won't work against bosses unless they have mobs that they conjure up. Alright, so that's just a couple tips there. I'm going to go ahead and show the skills that I had in the hell run that I did. These were my preferred ones, and I had a lot of... These were very fun, honestly. So, and it all depends on what skills you get, though. This is just an example, because they will change. They're not the same every run, so they will change. But this is just the one that I completed the hell run on with my Barbarian. Which brings me to the next point here. Right here is the essences that you can pick from. Now, this is for Wizard. This is for you get to choose the essences at the end. This is the biggest point on this one, why you want to complete this on the hell difficulty, for multiple reasons. As you can see here, there are 2, if you did not know, if you're not familiar with wizard essences, there are 2 in this list of 6 that you can select at the end. 2 of these, well, one of them, you can select one, but 2 of these in this particular list of 6, when I finish the hell difficulty, are the newest essences that were released. So this is another big I guess selling point on why you should do this and complete it, because you can get some of the new essences that you do not have yet for the game by finishing this. I did not know this until I finished, and I was actually happy on multiple levels because, one, It was a little rough going at times with Barbarian, depending on a lot. Well, it was highly RNG on the essences that I got to work with, along with the skills that would synergize well together, and the enemies that I got with the negative affixes. Some of them had the bad blood parts where once you would defeat them, they would leave puddles of blood behind that would drain your life if you stand anywhere near it. That kind of thing, and it just made for an all-around bad experience for a couple of runs that I pretty much had to do and start over. Now, there's also a must-know about that as well. But first, again, you want to do the hell difficulty and finish all 12 levels to get possible chances of the newer essences again, and also it will apply to, you have to do the 12 levels in a row for the hell difficulty in order to get credit for the task at hand here for the fractured plane and the event center right here at the bottom. Finish level 12 in the fractured plane. You cannot do the level 9 normal difficulty and then do, say, another run of it. It doesn't count. You have to do 12 straight levels for this one to get credit, and this is the biggest point gain. It's either 30 or 40 points. I think it's probably 30 points, but yeah, you have to do the hell difficulty one in order to complete this one down here. So that's another reason to do that. Now, there is a warning to this part especially. If you do this, you have to unlock hell difficulty by doing a full run of 9 anyway, so you have to do this at the very outset no matter what. Then once you have this one unlocked, if you go in and say you don't like the roll of the skills and whatever else, you still have to have a go at it. You still have to have a go at it until you fail, until you run out of resurrections, that kind of thing. Because if you exit, oh boy, if you exit, or like in this particular case, actually no, I'm not going to do it because it will break. It will break, and I don't want it to break in case I want to run again here. If you enter in and there is multiple exits, there is a portal at the end of each floor that you can either save, it says save and exit, or continue on. Now, that one I don't believe works that well. I've had multiple times, I don't know if it's bugged or what, I'm pretty sure it's a bug. I would save, and it would give me the option to save and exit so I can just continue my progress. That bugged out for me multiple times, and it completely reset the run, and I was very, very annoyed to say the least. So watch out for that. I think it's bugged, honestly, and you're gonna just have to, if you're doing this, just keep pushing on, knowing that you have the time to do so. So make sure you set aside the time for this. This is ending in like a day. Make sure you get it in though, because if you haven't already, like I said, tasks here. It's under the Struggler's Path, under the Fractured Plane for objectives, for points, for that, the crossover event, and again, it's here. And as you can see, as of this recording, we only have a day and 15 hours left. So make sure you get it in for those multiple reasons, like I said, for the newer essences of getting a chance to get at the end of a hell difficulty run, and to get credit for it in your event center, and the crossover event. But yeah, the biggest caveat here is if you enter and try to, go to the portal at the end and say, oh, I want to take a break and then I'll come back. No, it will probably reset your progress, and that really, really sucks. Not only that, it will hurt you. If you do that a couple times, sometimes it'll say, oh, well, you didn't want to finish the hell run a couple times, so guess what? It's gone. It will remove the hell run altogether, and you have to do the full standard 9 levels all over again to unlock it, to open it again. I found that out the hard way, and it really, really, really sucks. So I'm just trying to warn you right now. Make sure if you're doing this one that you push through as far as you can, no matter how bad the assortment of skills and the gear that you're getting. Even if you use up all your resurrections during that run, that's fine. That's fine. If you do that, it will be okay. It will still let you do the hell difficulty over again. But the other option is the little door icon that would appear next to the mini-map while you're inside there. That one might work if you want to say it will ask you before you when you leave, do you want to reset the run or not? That one's hit or miss too. I had sometimes that would work and it would save my progress, and other times it wouldn't. That one's far more better than the actual other one where you get to the end of the portal and say, oh, do I want to save and continue or keep my progress and exit? That one's bugged. So the portal exit's bugged more so than the little door icon. You have a better chance of using that one. Alright, hopefully I've reiterated that point enough. I don't want to go in there myself because I might actually do another run here myself before this event ends and try to go for a few more items along the way and some more experience. But yeah, that was my experience with this whole entire shebang here for this fractured plane. The biggest caveats and the biggest negatives are the exiting and resetting your progress on the runs. So make sure you're going to push through and persevere and get this done. Again, it actually is worth it because you can get a chance to get the newer essences that were just recently released at the end of it in the selection chat. And you can pick one. So that's what makes it nice too. So anyway, there you go. Let me know what you think about the comments down below about the whole experience that you may have had. How did it go for you? Hopefully, if you haven't done it yet, like I said, be sure to get on it for those reasons that I mentioned in the video, and watch out for the what I said for the exiting and not saving your progress and then having to start all over again, because that makes for a not good time. But anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world. Fire, as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Until next time, see you.